I know we've all done it. Scrolling through your Twitter feed, and all of a sudden you come across a picture. You might give it a heart. You might actually open the story. For me, that's exactly how I got started with our next creator. Hi friends, and welcome back to Cammie's Corner and another installment of a creator spotlight. I was going through my Twitter feed, as I often do in the morning, and I stumbled across a beautiful illustration. And I've said it before here on my channel, I feel that sometimes we focus more on the author than the illustrator, but we need to understand that without an illustrator, oftentimes picture books fall flat. They don't tell the story. Pictures, as they say, tell 1,000 words. Sometimes pictures do just a little bit more. For me, that's what this print did. This print actually stopped time. I must have looked at this print for the better part of what seemed like forever, but I know it was at least 2 to 3 minutes. And I just remembered having this genuine, deep smile on my face. I was almost moved to tears. This print did so much for me as an adult. It literally transformed time. For a brief moment, it took me back to my childhood and everything that was beautiful and whimsical about it. This picture spoke volumes. Who is this wonderful illustrator? UK's one and only Tim Budgen. I will link all of his information in the description box below. This is just one of his portfolio prints. I was so taken aback that I had to find him. I had to reach out to him, and I no way thought that he was going to reach back. Oftentimes we try and message people through social media, especially people that, have established careers, hoping that maybe they just might read our message. All I did was simply thank him for such a beautiful illustration. And of course I asked, is there any way that I can get my hands on a copy of that? Do you have a website? Do you have a place that I can go to inquire on purchasing your beautiful artwork? Tim was so gracious and so humble. He got back to me in such a timely manner. Not only did he advise me that he had a website, he does a blog, and he has an Etsy store. All of this will be linked below. If you would like to grab a piece of his artwork, he is so accessible. That portfolio for me took me back to these days. I love to draw. I am in no way anywhere as talented as Tim is. But my dad gave this to me as a gift when I was a child, and it was his. And for me, it was just the fact that it was his that made me interested in wanting to draw. And trust me, it's a hobby for me. It just releases stress, and it allows me to be what I call a copycat artist. I look at these illustrations from Walter and Foster, and I just go back. I go back to a moment when life was easy, life was whimsical, it was colorful. And that's what Tim's photo did for me. It took me back to the first time when my dad handed me those books and said, here, just try your hand at drawing and see what you can come up with. We did thumbprints and stick figures, and we would sit at the table for hours just trying to come up with these characters. And it was then that I realized I had zero talent for drawing, but I could look at a picture and I could copy it, and I could do fairly well, I thought. That's what that picture did for me. It took me back to those moments, and I knew I just had to have it. But beyond that print, by leading me to his Etsy store, I was able to find out that not only does he do portfolios, but he does brilliant black and white sketches. Come on, guys. Harry Potter? Who doesn't love the boy who lives under the stairs? This is amazing. These are the types of prints that you look forward to framing and putting on your wall. I honestly can say that there is few animators that have captivated me, that have literally left me breathless. Shel Silverstein, Dr. Seuss, Roald Dahl, and Hanna-Barbera. Those are just a few that have literally brought the same kind of smile that Tim's work brought to me. I reached out to him, of course, asking simply just for that print of the boy and his dog that brought me so much joy, only to find a world that is so whimsical and so amazing that it was well beyond the realms of my imagination. Or perhaps that's exactly what it did. It dove right into my imagination and brought all of that back to life. He brings movie posters to life. This is my absolute favorite musical, Singin' in the Rain. I adore Gene Kelly. And for him to put him in a cartoon figure and to bring that smile and that jazz, the pizzazz, the rain, I'm singing in the rain just looking at this. His colored artwork is amazing. He does historical characters. He just did an amazing book of ABCs Under the Sea. I'm not quite sure if this picture is from that picture book, but wow. Look at the imagery. Look at the vividness. I am literally under the sea right now with this young man and his submarine and his adorable attention to detail. His mug says, "I love fish." I cannot tell you how happy these prints have made me. I am just over the moon by how vivid and how stunning these pictures are. This, although I'm not sure if it's Harry Potter, this is so Harry Potter to me. This takes me to the forest. This takes me to Hedwig. These pictures do exactly what children's illustrations should do. They bring the picture to life. They take you exactly where you need to go. I cannot wait to frame these and get these on my wall. If you too want to check out Tim's work, he has a Twitter. I highly encourage you, follow him on Twitter. He will brighten your day. He is such a genuine, humble human being, but he will also lead you to a beautiful world of illustration, probably somewhere where you haven't been in a very long time. It's very rare these days when you can log onto a social media account and find happiness, put a smile on your face. We all know social media is just a war ground for arguments and jabs, insults, hate. And to find someone like Tim, who not only is beyond talented, but can genuinely add joy to not only your feed, but your day, you want someone like that, not only to follow, but someone like that in your corner, in life. His illustrations, for me, have really just awakened my childhood soul. I'm honestly moved to tears looking at his artwork because of how beautiful his imagery is. He has a website, which again, I will link below. I will link his Twitter, and I encourage you, if you love bears, monsters, witches, orangutans, monkeys, heck, he even has a farting unicorn. Who doesn't love farting unicorns? I didn't know I did until today. But he has a shop. He will introduce you to all of the books that he has not only graced covers with, but that he has contributed artwork to, and it will give you a glimpse of his talent. He has such an amazing talent for character designs and storytelling and bringing that story to life. His illustration work has been described as storytelling with whimsical charm, warmth, and humor. I couldn't agree more. And some of his work has been showcased in places like Hatchet Children's Books, Random House, Highlights Magazine. Who doesn't remember going to the dentist's office and picking up highlights, begging your mom or dad, "Hey, can we get this sent home? I want to take these fun games with me." And his illustrations were in there. It really got me thinking, wow, over the years, I neglected to appreciate all of the illustrations that brought me so much joy as a child. And again, he just reignited all of that passion within me. I can't recommend this illustrator enough. I just am so blown away by who he is as a person, but what he does on paper. He has an Etsy store, TBIllustrations, which I will also link below, along with everything else that I can possibly link. His website, he has email contact, and if you do reach out to him, he is willing to work with you on pieces that you might have for personal reasons. Maybe you want a self-portrait, maybe you want something that you've got envisioned in your mind. he will work with you. And the price, of course, is to be determined based on the size and the detail, and he'll work all of that out with you. Again, I cannot tell you how humble and how reachable this man is. Tim, from the bottom of my childish heart, thank you so much for this beautiful package and for this life, this light, this reignition that you've done for me. I am over the moon, and I cannot wait to put up your artwork and share it with the world. So it is my honor to do this creator spotlight, and I hope you too will reach out to Tim. I hope you'll take a look at his website and you'll go to his Etsy shop, and you too will get a piece of his beautiful artwork for your home, your child's room, or maybe as a gift. I mean, can you imagine bringing a smile to someone else's face? Maybe there's someone in your life who needs that spark. This could possibly be the one thing to do that. Tim, again, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Creator Spotlight, and please go check out my friend Tim's work. He's amazing. Until next time, my friends, you take care. I'll see you real soon. Bye.